Hello students, this is Ashani from Cheenta.com. We will talk about a very simple problem from ISI BStat BMath entrance. It's useful for Olympiads as well. We will understand it in two different ways. One is of course using trigonometry, and we will then not use trigonometry and use just geometry to solve it. It's a very simple problem, but one of the reasons we talk about it is because we want to show that thinking about the same problem in different ways often opens up new ideas. The problem says that we have an isosceles triangle ABC with angle ABC is 120 degree. Angle ABC is 120 degree. It's obviously not of the other two angles because the other two angles cannot be more than 90 degree. It's an isosceles triangle. So these two angles will be equal. So AB is clearly equal to BC. That's given. AB is equal to BC. Just by drawing the picture, you can get that information. It's suppose X and AC is therefore Y. We want to find out the value of AC by AB, which is Y over X. What is the value of that? As I say, there are two ways of doing it. One is using the cosine rule, which is using trigonometry. So even if you want to do without trigonometry, you can do that. You would be indirectly using trigonometry because you would be using sort of the deduction of the cosine rule. But even if you don't want to do that, you can use it. So what is trigonometry saying? It's saying that you can use the cosine rule here. It is x square plus x square minus 2 times x into x times cosine of 120 degree is y square. That is the formula, the cosine rules formula. If you are a little bit rusty with the formula, let me remind you that if ABC is a triangle and if this angle is theta, then BC square, that is this side square, is equal to AB square plus AC square minus twice AB times AC times cosine of the angle in between. And there are multiple ways you can prove this. One way is this, that you join this side. Let's call this point D. Then this side BD is simply AB sine theta and AD is AB cos theta. So this much becomes AC minus AB cos theta. So now you can apply Pythagoras theorem on this triangle. So you'd get BC square is equal to AB sine theta whole square plus AC minus AB cos theta whole square. And that would be AB square sine square theta plus AB square cos square theta plus AC square minus twice AB times AC cos theta. And then you can just combine these two to get a sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So you get AB square plus AC square is equal minus 2AB times AC cos theta. That's the quick sort of proof of the cosine rule. Most of you should know this, but even if you don't, that's totally fine. This is how you can prove it. Okay. So how do you use it? Well, you can simply find the value of cosine of 20 degree. Again, some students might be a little bit rusty on that. So let me quickly define cosine of 120 degree. Let's draw the picture clearly. So what is happening here? Let's suppose we have a line. So we can do the unit circle construction. You draw a circle like this, which is of radius 1. Radius of the circle is 1. And you want to calculate, so this is 120 degree. You want to calculate the horizontal shadow. That's one of the ways of thinking trigonometric ratios. Cosine is horizontal shadow and sine is vertical shadow. So you want to find out the horizontal shadow of this yellow segment. This is 1. It's a unit circle, so the radius is 1. Just remember this, the horizontal shadow is the cosine and the vertical shadow is the sine. That is the definition of these trigonometric ratios. How do you calculate this? How do you calculate the horizontal shadow? Well, there are many ways of doing this. One way is this, that if you have this as 120 degree, then this much is 60 degree, right? This is 60 degree. Therefore, this much is 30 degree, because this is one of the quadrants and the angle is 90 degree, right? So it's 30 degree and 60. That's how it's splitting on the second quadrant. So the trick is this, you just reflect it. This is O, this is A. You reflect OA about the vertical line. You just get something like this. You reflect it and that's it. If this is 1, then this is also 1 because it's a radius. If this is 30 degree, then this much is also 30 degrees. So the angle, let's call it A prime. The angle AOA prime is 60 degree. Angle AOA prime is 60 degree. And the other two angles must be also equal of this triangle, right? Because in isosceles triangle, the two sides are 1 and 1. So it's an equilateral triangle. This is 60, this is 60, this is 60. So all the sides are equal. So now you have this side is 1, this side is 1. Therefore, this is also 1. Therefore, this must be half and this must be half. And of course, the horizontal shadow is a rectangle. This one is a rectangle. So the horizontal shadow is also half. So you got this one as half. Well, this is negative half because you are going on the left hand direction on the x-axis. So cosine of 120 degree is negative half, and you derived it simply using geometry. That's trigonometry. For the sum of the angles in trigonometry, you can just use geometry to derive the cosine and the sine values. I told you previously in one of the videos that to find cosine or sine of some other angles, let's say if you want to find out cosine of 29 degree, let's say, you cannot use normal trigonometry. You have to normal geometry. You have to use calculus. And that's where the brilliant work of the Indian mathematician Madhava comes into place. In 13th century, Madhava found a very beautiful formula that can calculate trigonometric ratios of any angle up to any accuracy that we want. This is the remarkable starting point of calculus. Madhava was from the Kerala School of Mathematics. You can actually look up and read more about his work. Okay, so this is what we have, cosine of, this is negative half. So now we can come back to this. This is x square. This is x square plus x square minus 2x square into negative half. Cosine of 120 is negative half, we just derived it, equal to y square. So 3x square equal to y square, or y by x is equal to square root of 3. That's the answer of this question. Square root of 3 is to 1. You can write it as square root of 3 is to 1. Okay. Now, how can you do this without using trigonometry? Well, you can just simply derive. You can just derive the value of cosine of 120 degree if you don't even know trigonometry. So I will do this, but you will see that even someone who doesn't know trigonometry can sort of stumble upon trigonometry while they do this. Okay, so I'll just paste the picture here. This is the picture. All right. So what we'll do is we will be dropping a perpendicular like this. And you immediately see that this angle is 60 degree. And this must be, this is an isosceles triangle. So this must be y by 2. So what you have to estimate, and this I'll give it to you as a challenge problem. It's pretty simple. What you have to estimate is essentially this side, the length of this side. So one way to do this is that since this is 90 degree, you can easily drop 60 degree from here. So this is 60 degree. Naturally, if this is 60 degree, because you can chop off 60 degree, right? If this is 60 degree, then that is also 60 degree, because its total angle is 180 degree. So my question is, just using geometry, without using trigonometry, using this configuration, can you give me a proof or give me the ratio y by x, and tell me in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. If you are interested in outstanding mathematics, physics, computer science programs for Olympiads, for ISI, CMI entrances, for research, check the link in the description. We have great programs. I think you will learn a lot and you'll enjoy them. Take care. Bye.